And we're back with Kescast. We're having some awkward conversations. Alright, let's get to it. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. It's nearly not as awkward as I thought it was going.
Yeah.
Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Teacher, do you like oolong tea? I've liked it for an oolong time. I got that joke off of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Don't give me any credit for my badness. Jake Proctor says it when they've got that tea murder or whatever. It's like he's gone away for an oolong time.
Yes.
Anything is fine. Very well. Shit tea it is. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. What an odd thing to, like, mention. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Woohoo! I'm an owl. Woohoo! In that case, you will only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, teacher. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Teacher, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. See, I picked the right girl. She has back problems.
I mean, boobs like that, how could you not?
Fair enough. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's mostly likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yeah, that one! I have a terrible reading posture. So, Caitlin, reading posture?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I carry the book over to her. I place the book on the ground. I sit down. I grab the book back up. I open it. I have some chocolate as well. Say chocolate for everyone. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. What? Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but it props the book up. It's only practical. When she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book. Not your third hand?
Yeah, with my fourth hand.
I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Harder. Because now I need clubs. Now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Just do it. Do it. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Oh, she has, buddy. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, you could replace very specific words in this.
Yep.
Sorry. I'll get it on, I promise.
So, replace chocolate with condom, and then you've got, I have condoms, which will go well with the tea. I fumble with the condom wrapper.
I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Get fat. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? This is chocolate, bitch. Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Oh, nice picture. See, we picked the right one. She's even got purple eyes. That's cool. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any hard of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, boing! Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation... Alright.
Keep going.
I can do this. I can do this. I believe I can. As if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop. Oh, God. I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Teacher. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, special friends.
Yeah.
Not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. Oh, God. I see. This situation has gotten really tense.
And weird.
And awesome. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she even can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers and melts through them. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
Okay, everyone.
I just love the cut. Oh, what? Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share poems. Teacher, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
Took you a while to read it?
Didn't realize it had changed.
Oh, God. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah, you do that.
Yeah,
Yuri
okay.
picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Alright.
Hi, teacher. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival?
Well, being as this is the one thing about performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought.
Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem.
Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands.
This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style?
Yeah, in her style.
And her writing?
I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. And when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her.
Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers?
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her.
You completely misunderstood. But not really.
Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend.
What?!
No!
That's the worst thing ever!
Yeah, a fictional one, anyway.
Ah, bitch, don't do that to my heart! Monica kind of whispers that last part to me.
It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything...
Yep.
Oh.
Thank you, but I'll take it from here.
Sus.
Well, there's not really anything wrong with that.
Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. Anyway.
Bitch is crazy.
I'll share my poem with you now, alright?
Alright, can it be short? I'm sick of this shit.
It's not.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. It looked promising.
Yeah. Alright. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind.
Woo!
You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see. I never really put much thought into it.
In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning?
You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy.
Haha, are you surprised? We're teenage girls. I mean,
there's nothing good that happens to us.
I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional?
Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
How specific. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. Yeah? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends just like I was hoping, I guess.
Oh, God.
That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, teacher. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now.
Play?
If you insist.
Are we fine?
Yay. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow, maybe. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. I didn't have to read a poem!
Well done. Meh. I guess you really haven't learned anything after all. Honestly, I don't know why I got my hopes up about you in the first place. What? Ooh,
Nope.
go.
What? I didn't think this one was bad. Was that bad? What did I do wrong?
Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level.
Natsuki stops short all of a sudden.
Don't tell me.
Yeah?
You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you?
What are you talking about? Of course that's what I'm doing.
You know Yuri would love this this angsty.
Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean, I mean... Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me.
I am so done with you.
Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me.
Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me.
Ouch.
Okay.
This is what I get for letting a young girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. So you admit it. No poems have to be read!
Unless Yuri's just like, oh yes, read my poem, read all over my poem.
I read 7 poems today. Read them all. Teacher? Your writing has only improved in the last few days. Every poem you've shown me has nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Teacher, during lunchtime I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot to do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Couldn't tell. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. No, that's sad, bro. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, teacher. But yes, they do. I know this. From the bottom of my heart.
I know all of it.
It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. Is this game trying to teach me a lesson? Lame. I know I'm a difficult person, teacher. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way. Yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her hands in her head in...
Her hands in her head?
She puts her hands in her head. She's pulling out her brains.
It hurt.
Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time she's smiling as she does it. Alright. I guess I'll show you it next time on Kestcast. The suspense.